Welcome to Masters of Self University podcast, your highest source of sacred truths and universal wisdom. Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Rachel Fiori, mystic, spiritual teacher, psychic healer, and founder of Masters of Self University. Join our journey of soul transformation as we deep dive into this latest episode. Hello, beautiful souls. This is Rachel Fiori. Thank you so much for tuning in to Masters of Self University podcast. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about energetic programs and why you get so stuck. The patterns in your life that repeat that you don't want there. We need to understand a little more deeply on an energetic level what is actually happening in order for you to be able to be successful with healing. So for those of you who've been to couples therapy forever, you've gone to your therapists forever, you've gone to retreats, you've gone to coaches, you've taken every program, for all of you out there that have done all the things, listen up, listen carefully. I am speaking to you. Okay, so our programs that get created, our mental programs, our emotional programs, our inner child wounds that are still lingering and not fully healed, our old traumas that are still to whatever degree unhealed, understand that every single one of those things is an energy form. It is energy. It is a frequency of energy. Okay, that vibrational frequency of energy, because energy never dies, energy is always going to be in existence. So when you don't transform the energy frequency into a different energy frequency, it simply is always going to be that energy frequency. Okay, it's like the color blue is always blue if you keep coloring blue. It doesn't change. Add red to it, it now becomes purple. Okay, so we have to change the frequency in order to change the color of that program, so to speak. So what am I talking about? I'm going to give you a specific example of one of my clients that in my ability to go in and what I'm teaching her to do for herself, we went in and found a cluster of programs, okay, that were running, and this was affecting her ability to make money and thrive financially and be successful, okay? So the cluster of programs that she learned that got created on an energetic level when she was a child, very young child, were programs like chaos, inconsistency, instability, not stable. It was a lack of stability, instability, unpredictability. There was an unreliability, not being dependable, herself or others, not being able to depend upon. Okay, there was scarcity and there was a lot of struggle, She learned struggle. So all of these programs are programs that got created in her as a child. And those programs, moving through the coaching process that we do at Masters of Self University and all of our certified mystical life coaches, this is what is offered in these coaching programs that we have. During this process, we see the cluster of programs there that are running, and we're able to then connect the dots and see this was based on survival. All of these were based on survival. So simply put, this is what you need to understand when you hear this example. Simply put, this cluster of programs of emotional and mental energetic programs, her belief systems, what's in her subconscious mind, these clusters of programs were connected to her survival. So in her energetic, the definition, the way her body, the way her beingness defines being in this state, meaning chaos, unpredictability, instability, not being able to depend on anybody really, the struggle, inconsistency, etc. Her beingness defined on an energetic level that being in this state running these programs meant she was surviving. This is how she needed to be in order to survive. So this big cluster of programs were connected to survival program for her. Any Any energetic programs, mental programs, emotional programs, traumas that are connected to your being's definition of this is what I need to be present in my life in order to survive. Well, guess what regular flow of income would mean? It would go against what has been defined in her energetic state, her energetic blueprint that says in order to survive, I have to be in chaos and struggle and all the cluster of programs. An influx of money that is consistent and reliable and dependable, and she can pay her rent or, for food and shelter, that would mean reliability, dependability, consistency. Do you see it? So that this is why no matter how hard she tries, what program she follows, what things she joins in order to create a financial abundance for herself, this is why it'll never happen. Because this cluster of programs is still alive and well in her energy fields, and they're connected to her survival. So her survival state of being says, I must be in chaos and struggle and instability, unreliability, all that stuff must be the state that I am in energetically in order to survive. A consistent flow of wonderful, beautiful financial abundance would go against her survival. Understand on an energetic level that it's, I'm going to die. This is I'm going to not survive. Do you understand? This is what the beingness, the body thinks if I'm in a different state of energy, I'm going to die. My life is threatened. So this is what it means to work with energies and to have experts and professionals who know how to see and interpret and translate this stuff for you, because we don't learn this growing up. So it's like, what are you talking about? Don't I just have to say affirmations? Shouldn't I just go to therapy for 3 years and be good? No, because you're not changing the energy of your programs. And when there's a cluster of programs that we find as professionals that are related to your survival, those are the hardest programs to shift and change and come out of. So some of you have gone to therapy and done the coaching and done this program and that, and some things have changed nicely. You've done the energy healing, you've done the sound healing, you've done the wilderness retreat, and you've made some nice changes in your life. Well, that's great. Those programs were not connected to survival programs. It wasn't connected to your survival. And because of that, what that means is that it's easier to change. You will make some progress over time with certain therapies or energy techniques or healers or coaches. And then it's like, oh, look, that was so great. That's what it takes to heal. Oh, you just have to do this. If you don't understand energy and you don't work in the world of energetics as a healer, as a coach, as a therapist, as a professional, only one of two things will happen. You'll change the simple, easy programs not linked to your survival, or you will make nice changes that will only have a temporary effect, because the root cause of what's creating your reality in life did not get energetically transformed. If you are not energetically transforming the root cause of what is showing up in your life, real healing is not happening. Temporary healing might happen. You might move energy for a little bit and feel better. Your relationship might get a little better for a little while because you've used some techniques or some, you learned to use loving language and use certain phrases. Well, that's nice for a little while. You're not changing the root core of the problems, though. Do you understand? On an energetic level, if you don't get to the roots, there's no transformational healing occurring, which isn't true healing at all, is it? It's not. And this is why people get so stuck, because your energetic programs continue to run and continue to be created over and over and activated over and over again. And unless you know you have a professional who can take you into the energetic creation of the program itself and alchemize it, it isn't going anywhere. This is why change seems to be so damn hard. It also allows you to understand why certain levels of change, it could be easy a little bit over here. I want to change this and that. That wasn't too hard. But if the things you want to change are connected to your survival, That fight, flight, or freeze. Oh no, I'm in danger, that you learned at 2 years old and you don't remember an incident, or 6 years old. And that's what got created at that age during that time. Then you're not healing anything if you don't go into that energetic creation of your programs in the moment they got created. Okay? Your programs are energetic. We are nothing but energy. Our physical bodies are energy. It's just a slowed down version, a lower, slower, so to speak, frequency of energies. Higher frequencies of energies are our mental bodies, our emotional bodies, our astral bodies, our causal body, our etheric body. Those are all make up our energy fields that influence our behavior, our personality, our reactions, our emotional state, the thoughts that we think. What gets trapped in our quote unquote subconscious mind means it's in our energy fields. Do you understand? The subconscious mind is not your brain. Okay, it's a part of an energy field that influences brain function, that influences reactions, personality types, etc. Okay, so when you start to understand energies, when you learn this stuff on an energetic level, you shift and change. This is where permanent healing, permanent change can take place. So in the case of this particular client, where we found this cluster of programs, I found this cluster of programs and it was related to survival, then the steps to heal it are to go inside of the energies themselves, the energy of unreliability. And you go in, there's a process that we perform as a psychoenergetic healer. Our mystical life coaches know how to do this. You go inside of the energy and you transform that program of unreliability, for example. Okay, we change that, and then we use steps to plant a new seed. There's a new vibrational frequency, a new quote unquote program that is placed energetically into the person, into their energy fields, and that's a program of reliability. And then you learn what to do to grow that program, that is a safe program. That is the new you. So when we now we imprint reliability and dependability and abundance of all kinds and ease and flow instead of struggle. We have to alchemize the program of struggle, and then we imprint and nurture the program of ease and flow. We go in and we pull out energetically the program of inconsistency, and we alchemize that energetic program of inconsistency. And then we replace it and we imprint the beautiful vibrational frequency or program of consistency. And we do that with stability and dependability. And we go program by program for the massive ones that are connected to your survival. Going in one by one is one of the best ways to do it. And we teach you how to do it, of course, at the same time, so that you can keep enhancing and doing it for yourself. But this is the process that needs to happen. So why do people get stuck? They don't know this work. That's why. They don't understand their programs are energy. And if you just try to change at the behavioral level, it is an absolute waste of time. Stop wasting your time and money on like cognitive behavioral therapy or behavioral therapies of any kind. Behaviors are symptoms of a deeper problem. And those deeper problems are energetic in nature. So you have to learn and understand and be willing to be open enough to understand energies. Now, let me make this clear. When you move through a program with us, or psychic healing session, or whatever it is that you might want to come explore at mastersofselfuniversity.com, you don't have to understand energy before you come. Don't think that. You need to have the professional working with you, the coach, the therapist, the expert, whatever professional you go to. They are the ones that need to be educated, trained, and well-versed in energetics. They are the ones that are supposed to be. Don't worry if you're not. You don't have to understand this stuff. What you do have to understand is that there needs to be an openness to learn something new and to see something from a different perspective. Okay, so When you have an openness to heal, you shift your energy. Yes, I'm willing to be open. I'm willing to heal. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. There's an openness there. And again, that's an energetic requirement in order to heal and change permanently, right? So remember, because energy never dies, that when people, places, experiences, situations are always going to trigger and activate the programs that are inside of you. Okay, it's easy to understand that. This is why when you're in a relationship, your partner triggers you and you're like, oh my God, like honeymoon period's over. Why is my partner triggering the hell out of me? Like I'm really getting frustrated, pissed off. I think this isn't the one, or the relationship is going downhill. That isn't necessarily true at all. It's there are programs inside of you that are getting activated by your partner. That is normal. Of course, that's going to happen. It can't not happen. We are nothing but energy. We are now in the same space, spending time together, maybe living together. So, of course, when your energies are intertwined and flowing in and out, intertangling, this is entanglement. When your energies are just a part of the other person's, it's going to trigger and activate and influence. That's normal. When you are interacting with people at work or in social settings, they are going to trigger the programs that are inside of you, because we are energy, 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 nothing but energy. Do you understand? And so your stuff gets triggered. And that is for you to see what programs you are running. That means, what are the energetic programs, the mental programs, emotional programs, unhealed traumas? What is still in you, floating around in your energy fields, floating around in your body, wreaking havoc on your body? Because this is what causes diseases and illnesses, by the way. Dis-ease in the body means there's a distortion of energy that's causing a negative ripple effect that flows down from every one of your energy fields into your physical body. And that eventually causes disruption of your organ function, of your circulatory system, of your pulmonary system. Do you understand? Like, all of this affects your physical body. So when we are going to, doctors and physicians and people to head specialists, and the only thing they focus on is the physical body, they're missing 80%, 90% of the damn problem. They're literally missing the entire cause of why you have heart issues or lung issues, or you're developing cancer or whatever it is. They're completely missing the boat here, because we're not including the energetics of who we are as beings. And this is proven science, for crying out loud, right? So we're behind the boat on that, especially in Western medicine. And so, but you as an individual, you listening, can start to learn yourself and open yourself up to something bigger, more expansive than you, because it already exists. You're just learning how to tap into these subtle energy bodies to gain a better understanding of yourself, how you function, what makes you tick, and why. No more of this passivity. Oh, this is just how I am. This is just my personality. That's bullshit. That is a load of crap. No, it isn't. They are programs that are just running. How agitated and annoyed you get, the fact that you lack patience, for example. Those are programs running. You have a program of impatience running, and it got created for a certain reason at a certain period of time in your life, whether it was because you were at 2 years old or whether you were 22 years old, doesn't matter. An energetic program of impatience got created. It is most likely connected to like 19 other programs that are in there. And all of those programs are wreaking havoc on your ability to be in peace, to have patience, to have presence and patience with your partner, with loved ones, all because you run a goddamn energetic program that if you took a little time and invested in yourself to master yourself, you would understand that program of impatience, all it needs is to be pulled up on an energetic level, transformed, and then something new put in there. This is psychoenergetics. How the energies in your energy fields, how the energies around you are impacting your psyche, your mental state of being, your emotional state of being. Okay, so start to open yourself up to learning these things, understanding them a little bit at a time, and it becomes much easier to heal over time, much easier to make big changes and big shifts in your life, whether it's your physical health, whether it's your mental health, emotional health, whether you struggle with depression or anxiety or PTSD or whatever it might be. When you understand these things are just forms of energy that run on autopilot and get triggered, of course, by stimuli, people, events, situations. It's just triggering energetic programs. They get activated and boom, they take you over. And there they are running. That's why trying to force them, oh, if I just say my affirmations, if I make my list and just stick to it every day in my schedule, I'll somehow be able to heal this. I just have to change my behavior. No, you're working against the forces of nature, energetic laws of the universe. You wonder why it's so hard to change. Stop forcing. Okay, we don't want to force anymore. We want to be in flow with the laws of the universe. And one of the most profound ways to be in flow with the universe is to start to learn and understand energetics, subtle energy bodies, how energies are affecting everything about you physically, mentally, emotionally, behaviorally. All right. And how certain what I call energy clusters or energetic clusters. There are clusters of programs that people run that create the negativity, the suffering, the challenges in their lives. Those are the programs we want to go in, find out what they are, and start to alchemize those energies so they literally don't exist in you anymore. And then what do we put in instead? You learn how to recreate or how to create from scratch a brand new energetic self. This is what it means to master the self. This is mastering the self now. Okay. So go to mastersofselfuniversity.com at any time and sign up, get a free consultation, sign up for one of our coaching programs, attend one of our live psychic healing events, do whatever it takes to learn this stuff. I invite you to come in and do that. All right. So I can tell you that when you do this level of work, when you go this deep into your psyche, into your subconscious, it is getting that deep means you're now working with energy. Okay. But it's very specific. You're learning very specific programs that run within you as an individual, and every single individual is unique in what programs they might be running. Okay, so that's part of the work, is learning how to see what programs you're running, and then the process of going into those programs and healing them. Sometimes some of them need to be one at a time. Sometimes you can heal entire clusters and bundles of programs all at one time. And then there is a level of expansion, energetic expansion that takes place after that you are given specific instructions, how to grow and nurture other energies. Like I gave you the example of my client, and I told you how we replaced, so to speak, it's one way to say it, we replaced her quote unquote negative programs that are holding her back in life with positive programs that will help enhance her life experience and make more money. So reliability, dependability, stability, consistency, harmony was one of the ones. She had a lot of chaos programs. We absolutely dissolved the chaos and we replaced it with a program of vibrational frequency of harmony. Imagine if you're in harmony, that you are in flow with the universe when you're in harmony. Imagine how much easier life is when you're in harmony with the universe on an energetic level. The universe is like, oh my God, look, there you are. I see you now. Now you're open enough to receive what the universe has to offer you. This is the true elevated method of quote unquote transfer, not just transformation, but quote unquote manifestation. This is the deepest level of transformation and also the new way to manifest. It's a much higher level of manifestation, much higher level form of manifestation in your life. Why? Because a lot of other forms of manifestation come from force, force, force. And it comes from extremely, extremely limited knowledge and technique. Okay? Because I don't care how hard you try to manifest something, if what you desire goes against your survival programs that are in there on an energetic level, you'll never reach them. You know how many times I hear people saying, I've tried everything, no matter how hard I try. No matter how hard I try, I've done everything. I've done everything. Well, you probably haven't done this. Stop trying everything and start to learn about energy. You are nothing but energy. Every emotion you have is a different vibrational frequency of energy, whether it's sadness, grief, joy. You cannot continue to embrace the bullshit of like positive vibes only. Just think positive, and that's the only thing that will come in your life. That's a little bullshit. That is absolute pure ignorance, anybody who says that. You know why? Because you're completely denying the absolute fact and truth that in your energy, you have scarcity programs running. That's an energetic attraction that constantly on autopilot is attracting things and creating your reality. So if those energetic programs are in there, that is what is creating your reality, period, end. You have to look at things in forms of what programs are part of who I am? What programs am I running? You can't ignore and deny and pretend like you don't run dysfunctional, unhealthy, ugly, sabotaging programs. Look at your life. Look at your life. It is a mirror of the programs you run, period, end, black and white. It is. And that's not about judging or blaming or criticizing or putting you down. Don't run those programs. Those are just more stupid programs. Get out of that shit. You got to heal that. Okay. But when you really learn to do this work, you're learning to self-assess and you're learning to become acutely self-aware of what programs you run. That's not it, and that's not all. You have to then know what to do with the programs. But your first step, stop denying the programs you're running, because you have to go inside of those programs to change the energy of those programs so they no longer exist who you are. They no longer exist as who you are. They can be completely gone, totally gone, but you have to be willing to do the work. And here's where people have failed in the past. They're so unwilling to do the real work. They're so unwilling to bring up their pain and feel the emotions, right? So if painful emotions are coming to the surface, it's not enough to just sit with your emotions. Sorry, big mistake. Heck no, no wonder why you don't want to do that. That sucks. It's painful. It's a very uncomfortable process. And yet, if you learn to go deeper and you are guided by a professional who is educated and trained in energetics and psychoenergetics and vibrational medicine, like we are at Masters of Self University, if you go to a professional that knows this stuff, there is a difference between sitting in your pain. Don't just sit with your pain. I'll never tell anybody just sit with your pain, do nothing else. Ew. Don't do that. That sucks. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. However, if you learn to go deeper, go inside of the pain itself and learn what it means to alchemize that. That's power. That's divinity. That's a part of mysticism. It's learning to work with energetics. You transform the pain, which is nothing more than a damn program. It's a program running. When you go inside of your pain, you alchemize that to a different vibrational frequency. It is gone. And the best part is you can take it a step further and you can create and imprint a whole nother vibrational frequency, a whole nother program that is abundant or that is joyous, that is happy, that is loving, that is nurturing. Do you understand? That is divine connection. Like that's what you want to then replace your programs with. You have to replace it with something. In human form, we are guided by energy. We're guided by our higher soul, that's energy. We're guided by divinity, that's energy. We're guided by our energetic bodies that influence our state of being and our personality. All of those are energy fields, energy, energy, energy. We are guided and influenced. We are created by energy. And in human form, we are still forms of energy. Subtle energies and our physical body is just matter. It's a different form of energy, right? So when you understand that, it makes it a little easier to see, why are you still so stuck no matter how hard you've tried all these methods, all these things you've done, all the plant medicine you've done. Learn to become a powerful being. Learn what it takes to go inside of energy and alchemize and transform energies at the core root of where they were created. Okay, you have the power to do it. You might not have the know-how or the education. You just need to be willing to learn. This is where true healing, permanent healing happens, at this level, at the energetic level of the creation of these programs. Okay? So, thank you so much for listening. Give us a thumbs up if this helped you in any way. Don't ever hesitate to come to mastersofselfuniversity.com and ask for help. Take advantage of our free consultations that we offer with our amazing certified mystical life coaches, who, by the way, are the only ones in the world in existence of this work like this. They are the only ones that exist. So come to mastersofselfuniversity.com, give us a thumbs up, share us with everybody you know. Have a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, magnificent day, and I'll see you next podcast episode.